So, Alexandra,
Yes.
can you remember a time when you were so angry?
A time, Donna? Multiple times. Okay, let's pick one.
Yeah. Let's just visualize one where you were so angry, you were so frustrated with somebody, and you just knew that you had to get away, or else you might
Lose my mind.
exactly, or do or say some things that you know what you'd regret.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for our kids. When they are faced or they are dealing with those big emotions, they need to get away too. I'm Donna Palmer, child development coach and parent, and this is Alexandra Lilly, brain development coach, and together we are going to talk.
All about the quiet corner.
Yes.
We're going to teach you all about it.
What is a quiet corner? Why do we need a quiet corner? And what do we put in the quiet corner? How do we use it? We're going to talk all about the quiet corner. So stay tuned.
Okay, but before we get started, you know the drill. Click the subscribe button and that bell so that you are notified anytime we release a new video on how to handle your child's challenging behaviors. All right.
Okay.
Every day we are working in the classroom and we use the quiet corner all the time because we are dealing with big emotions in the classroom.
Exactly. Now, our parents are always asking us, they're always very, very curious as to what do you guys do?
What's your secret?
It's the
Quiet corner.
yes, it is. And every day we are using the quiet corner ourselves, and we are helping parents to, set up a quiet corner in their home. We're teaching them how to use it. Guess what? They're using it, and it's the best thing ever.
Yes.
So in this video, we want to help you to learn all about a quiet corner, set up your own quiet corner, and maybe even one for yourself too. Right?
But before we get into all that, let's just clear up a little bit of misconceptions about the quiet corner because people kind of confuse them with different things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So one of the first things we want to talk about is your quiet corner and a quiet space are two different things, right? So you might have a nice, quiet, cushy area where you have some toys, you have some books, you have some things that your kids just like to go occasionally or on a regular basis and enjoy that space. So that might be a quiet space that your kids have access to all the time. But a quiet corner is a designated area where you have set up and designated that for that specific purpose. So when your child is overwhelmed by those big emotions, that is the place that they go to. So 99% of the time, it's only used to help your child when they are in that state where they are overwhelmed by those big emotions. So a quiet space and a quiet corner, they're two different things.
Now, a quiet corner is not a play area. So it's not an area where you're going to have lots of toys and that they can go and they can jump around and play with their toys. But it's also not a timeout area. So it's not a place to put their child's in timeout. That's not something we use the quiet corner for.
Right. And you know what? There is no need. If you have a quiet corner, you don't need a timeout. A timeout is not, it just doesn't work. Right? It's just a quiet corner. So you're right. No timeout.
No timeout, no play.
Okay. So really a quiet corner is just a designated area that you have chosen in your classroom, maybe in your home. And that is the space, it's a safe space where your child can go to, and you've set it up just for that purpose. When your child is overwhelmed, when they're dealing with big emotions, you can redirect them to that corner. There's some specific toys in there or some specific items, and it's there for a specific purpose. So really, in a nutshell, that is what a quiet corner is. It's really simple, it's really easy. It's not some, big elaborate corner. It's very easy. So
yeah, you don't need to go on Pinterest and look at ideas.
Right.
It's something very simple.
Very simple. So Alexandra, what do we put in the quiet corner?
Good question. So we don't want to overload it with a lot of items. So we could put in a pillow. We could put in a couple of books.
Yeah.
We can also put in this handheld massager. And this actually does something for your cortisol. So when you are stressed and overwhelmed, we store cortisol in the bony joints of our body. And once you put the vibration on those bony joints, it releases that cortisol. So it releases the stress. And kids will love this because they could do it themselves. And you don't have to do it for them. So they can go and massage themselves.
Can we get one?
You can get one. We'll get one. I'll be like Oprah. You get one and you get one. And we can also put maybe 1 or 2 pictures on the walls. Don't overload the walls with pictures, but pictures of different breathing techniques.
And let's just say 2.
Yeah,
let's just say 2 pictures. Because we've seen some quiet corners that is very busy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
and
visually too much.
And ironically, it's very loud.
Yes.
Right? So really it needs to be minimum, a minimum amount of things in there, and everything that you put in there should really have a specific purpose.
Yes.
So, and the goal is for our children to be able to regulate their emotions and regain some physical control, because usually when you're angry, you're frustrated, and those emotions are just very high, physically you lose your composure, right?
Yeah.
So everything that we put in there, it is for a purpose, and that purpose is to help your child self-regulate. So what are you guys doing when your child is experiencing those big emotions? Share with us. Tell us some of your strategies and some of the things that you're doing. We'd love to hear.
Let us know in the comments. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of rules and boundaries with the quiet corner. We still need to have those in place. So the quiet corner is not a place where they can be destructive. They can't throw the pillow that you put in there, or the squishy ball, or the stress ball. They cannot be destructive and pulling things off the walls. That is not what the quiet corner is meant to be. So we need to set some good, clear boundaries and clear rules when we are in the quiet corner.
So how and when do we use the quiet corner? Now, if you would know your child, right? So you can tell when your child is just starting off. You know, they're maybe 1, maybe 2, and you could see them escalating, and you know they're going to get to 10 very quickly.
Yeah.
So one of the key things that we want to do is to observe our kids. The minute we see something is happening, and we see those emotions starting to
bigger and
bigger, we need to catch it before it gets to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see it happening, and by the time it's 1 or 2, we want to redirect our kids to the quiet corner. So we are going to redirect them, and when they get in there, here are all the things that we've already put in there to help them to calm themselves down. So really, it is very important for you to observe and for you to intervene before that behavior gets to 8, 9, 10. You want to get in there. If you could get in by the time it's 2 and redirect them, then you'll get the best results. So at the end of the day, the real purpose, the real goal of having a quiet corner is to help our kids to start learning how to self-regulate. We want them to have an awareness of themselves and their emotions. And we want them to start learning how to self-regulate. We want them to start learning some strategies. So instead of me having to send them or redirect them to the quiet corner, the goal is that eventually they will get to a place that when they feel a certain way,
they're going to start to
they are just going to find themselves in the quiet corner, because they will know, I'm getting angry. I know with my son, he learned that. Eventually he learned, he would even use his words. Like if he's getting upset, he would say to me, Mom, like right now, I don't want to talk about that. And right away I will say, okay. Or there are times when he would say, can I go outside? I just need to go outside for a walk. And he would literally go outside for a little bit, right? So that is his own way of dealing with his emotions,
recognizing it and then
having a plan and knowing that I can do something.
Exactly.
I can leave this situation.
Exactly.
And take some time for myself, calm myself down, and then I can probably come back. So that is the goal of the quiet corner. It's not a punishment. It's not a timeout. When the kids go into the quiet corner, we redirect them and we allow them in there, but they're the ones who make the decision to come back into the main area. When they're ready, when they feel, I'm good, guess what? They can find themselves back in the main area and life continues as normal. Nothing happens. There's no lectures. There's no reprimand. There's no nothing. They can just come back into the classroom or come back into the main area in the home, and we just continue on with our day. So that is what we are hoping for when we put a quiet corner in our homes. And you know what, Alexandra, as parents, we too really need to take that time where we can breathe. Right? And where we can disconnect from the situation and we can all regain some control, so that when we come back, we can have a better
relationship.
Right. The atmosphere is it's more conducive to that parent-child relationship, because you know how it is. When you're angry, they're angry.
It's just like butting heads, and when you come back, you're all calm and collective and then ready to just reconnect. All right, so if you need help setting up that quiet corner, or you just need some strategies, or even just support, we have a great community of parents. If you would like to join, you can email us at admin@parentingbeyondbehaviors.com.
And be sure to keep your ears open and your eyes peeled for the next video, where we are going to be talking about the latest trend, which is sittervising. Have you heard of it? Well, don't miss that episode.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.